Hello children, today I am going to explain you chapter 10, One Friday Morning. This story is written by Langston Hughes. Before I start this chapter, let's know about the writer. Langston Hughes was an American poet, novelist and playwright. Hughes' writing based on his own experience, and he was one of the first African American to be successful as a writer. The student, this is a story of a girl, Nancy Lee, who was an African American girl. Let's start this chapter. Nancy Lee Johnson is an African whose family has moved to America from Africa many years ago. In school, encouraged by her art teacher, Miss Dietrich, Nancy Lee excels at drawing. One of her best pictures has been entered in a contest, and everyone expects her to win. So does she win the well-known Artists Club Award? Read on to find out. Student, Nancy Lee Johnson is an African whose family has moved to America. Means firstly they used to live in Africa, but now they moved to America from Africa many years ago. And in school she was encouraged by her art teacher whose name was Miss Dietrich. And Nancy Lee was excels. Excels means good at doing something. Nancy Lee was very good at drawing, and one of her best picture has been entered in a contest, and everyone expect that she will win the contest. And let's see, and that so does she win the well-known Artists Club Award. Let's see that she win or not. Let's start this chapter. Student, it's my request that you also put your finger on each line which I will read. One wet rainy April afternoon, Miss Ose, the vice principal, sent for Nancy Lee. On wet rainy April afternoon, Miss Ose, she was the vice principal, sent for Miss Call, we can say, asked Nancy Lee to see her. She called Nancy Lee in her office. Soon Nancy Lee knocked on Miss Ose's door. So Nancy Lee went there and she knocked on the door of Miss Ose's office door. The familiar voice said, "Come in." Familiar means well known, seen or heard often. A familiar voice said, "Come in," means come inside the office. "Sit down, Nancy Lee Johnson," said Miss Ose. "I have something to tell you." Nancy Lee sat down. Now Miss Ose is saying that, "Sit down, Nancy Lee, and I want to tell you something." What she want to tell? Let's see. "You have been an excellent student. You have been an excellent student, Nancy, as I am sure you know," began Miss Ose. Miss Ose was saying that you have been an excellent student. You are a very excellent student, and you know, and I am sure that you know. And she was continuing, but she stopped. What happened at that point? There was a light knock on the door. Miss Ose called out, "Come in," and Miss Dietrich entered. "May I be part of this?" she asked, tall and smiling. At that point, when Miss Ose was saying to Nancy Lee that I am sure that you know, then there was a knock on the door, and Miss Ose called, "Come in," and who was there? There was a Miss, which Miss? Miss Dietrich, and entered. "May I be part of this?" And she was taking permission to vice principal. "Can I be the part of this too?" "Of course," Miss Ose said. "I was just telling Nancy Lee what we thought of her, but I haven't yet given her the news." "Perhaps, Miss Dietrich, would you like to tell her yourself?" Then Miss Ose is saying, of course, you can be the part of this conversation, and I am just telling Nancy Lee about what we thought about her, but I have not given the news. And probably Miss Dietrich, if you would like to tell her about that news, then you can tell yourself. Miss Dietrich was always direct. Nancy Lee, she said, your picture has won the Artists Club Award. Was always direct means she always spoke what was on her mind honestly and clearly. Then Miss Dietrich said to Nancy Lee, your picture has won the Artists Club Award. Now she has won that award, and this information Miss Dietrich is giving to Nancy Lee. The slender brown girl's eyes widened and her heart jumped. She tried to smile, but instead tears came to her eyes. After listening, that girl, slender girl means thin and delicate. We can't say delicate, the thin girl means that brown eyes girl, that thin girl's eyes widened and she became very happy. Her heart jumped means she became very happy. She was very excited and tried to smile. After listening any good news, after heard any good news, everyone becomes very happy, and she also became very happy and she tried to smile. But instead of smiling, the tears came to her eyes. She started to crying, and we can say the tears came, and this is not the sadness here, this is the tears of happiness. She was too happy, that's why she started to crying. The tears came out from her eyes. Dear Nancy Lee, Miss Ose said, we are so happy for you. The elderly white woman shook her hand warmly while Miss Dietrich beamed with pride. Miss Ose is saying, dear Nancy Lee, we are so happy for you. We are so happy because you are really a good student and you are very excellent. That's why we are very happy to you. The elderly white woman shook her hand warmly while Miss Dietrich beamed with pride. Beamed with pride means smiled with pleasure, for she was happy that Nancy Lee had done so well. Now, Miss Dietrich was very happy that she smiled with pleasure, and she was very happy that that award Miss Nancy Lee had won. That's why she was very happy. Miss Ose had called Nancy Lee to the office both to prepare her and warn her. In making her acceptance speech, the vice principal wanted Nancy Lee to be calm and prepared. So Nancy Lee was asked to think about what she would say at the Friday morning assembly hour when the announcement would be made. Nancy Lee promised the vice principal to think calmly about what she would say. Miss Ose had called Nancy Lee to the office for two reasons: to prepare her and warn her. And why? In making her acceptance speech. Acceptance speech means a speech made to thank people and show how grateful you are for being given an award, honor, and so on. Then, in making her that speech, the vice principal wanted Nancy Lee to be calm and prepared. Means she prepared her speech very well, and it should be very good. So Nancy Lee was asked to think about what she would say at the Friday morning assembly hour when the announcement would be made. Means when at Friday morning in the assembly, when she get the award, then what she has to tell, and which when she give the speech, then it should be very good. That's why the vice principal called her to warn her that she prepared her speech very well. And Nancy Lee promised the vice principal to think calmly about what she would say. Means to think very carefully what she would say in the assembly. Soon Friday morning came. The night before, Nancy Lee had gone to bed thinking about the next day. Her short speech was ready and she went over it in her mind. Went over it in her mind means learn it so that she could repeat it to herself. Means the Friday morning is not going to come. The night before means the night before of the Friday morning, Nancy Lee had gone to the bed and thinking her speech. She was thinking the speech in her mind, and we can say she was revising her speech in her mind. Her short speech was ready to made, and she was repeating and learning that speech in her mind in the Thursday night, we can say. When the president of the Artists Club presented her with the award, she planned to say, means she has prepared her speech, she planned what she would say when the president of the Artists Club will present the gift, then what she would say. She is prepared. Let's see what she has prepared. Judges and members of the Artists Club, I want to thank you for this award. It means so much to me. The colored people of the city are sometimes discouraged, thinking that color and poverty are against them. I accept this award not for myself alone but for my race. We believe in America. We believe in its opportunities and fairness. Student, colored means describes a person who does not have a white skin. The term is usually not one to respect and is no longer accepted as a way of describing non-white people. Means we can say describes a person who does not have white skin. Now Nancy Lee is a colored people because he does not have white skin. The judges and members of the artist clubs, I want to thank you. Means he want to thank firstly for this award which he was going to get, and it means too much for her. And the colored people of the city are sometimes discouragements made to feel less confident and confident about themselves. Sometimes the colored people would make discouraged by this country. The people of this cities are sometimes discouraged, means the colored people means who are black, who are not white, who do not have the white skin, are always discouraged, thinking that. And why they are discouraged? The people of white means white people thinking that the color and the poverty are against them. The white people always thought that the color people and the poverty are always against them. That's why the white people always discourage them and do not like them, we can say. I accept this award not for myself but for my race. Race means a group of people who have the same skin color and share the same language, history and culture and so on. We can say the people who belong to the same culture and who has the same language, history, and we can say the group of people who have the same skin and color. Now Nancy is saying that I accept this award not for myself only, I accept this award for my race. Means you are giving the respect to me and you are giving the respect to my race also, to my group also. Means the people who are colored, you are giving the respect to the colored people, and I am very happy. That's for me. Means I am not accepting this award for me only, I am accepting this award, I am thinking that you are giving the respect and you are giving this reward to my race, to my group, to all the people of my group. We believe in America, and we believe in America, we believe its opportunities and fairness. Fairness means a situation in which people are treated the same or equally in spite of difference in race, color of skin and so on. Now means the America which had not made the difference in race, color of skin and so on. That's why I believe the opportunity which is given to me, I believe the fairness which the city has done with me and with our race, and I believe it. That's why I believe in America. I thank Miss Dietrich and teachers who gave me the knowledge and training to win this award. And I am also thanking to my teacher. I especially thank to my Miss Dietrich and because he encouraged me a lot, and the teachers who helped me and who gave me the knowledge, who taught me and who trained me to win this award, means the teacher who make me able that I will win this award. I'm thankful to that teacher also. When I came to this school a few years ago, you received me well. You have given me a chance and helped me along and road I wanted to follow. Means when I came in this school a few years ago, the teachers, this school have accepted me very well, and you have given me chance and helped me and encouraged me and trained me that I will go on that road which I wanted to follow. Means just because of the help of teachers, I came here and I am able to receive this award, and they have followed, they have given me the right path, and they have given me the uh, right things, and we can say they have encouraged her. That's why she's following the road which she wanted to follow. Thus Nancy Lee went to sleep dreaming of a wonderful tomorrow. After repeating her speech in her mind, Nancy Lee went to sleep and dreaming of a wonderful tomorrow. At school on Friday morning, Nancy Lee was asked to see Miss O'Shea in her office again. At school on Friday morning, Miss O'Shea called her in her office. Miss Vice Principal again called her in the office. What happened? Soon after, Nancy Lee knocked at Miss O'Shea's door. Come in, came Miss O'Shea's voice. Nancy Lee went there and she knocked at the door, Miss O'Shea's door, and Miss O'Shea says come in. She has given the permission to come in. The vice principal stood at her desk. There was no one else in her room. When Nancy Lee went inside the office, then she saw that vice principal was standing and there was no one there in her room. Sit down, Nancy Lee, she said. Miss O'Shea did not smile. There was a long pause. Miss O'Shea is saying to Nancy Lee, sit down, and she is not smiling. There was not happiness on her face. What happened? And there was a long pause. She was stopped there. And what happened? I do not know how to tell you what I have to say. The elderly woman began. I am ashamed for myself and for the city. Then she lifted her eyes and looked at Nancy in the neat blue dress sitting there before her. You are not to receive the award this morning. Now, by seeing her face, Miss O'Shea looked that she was not happy, and she was saying, I don't know how I tell you, how I inform you. That she said, I'm ashamed. Which news I'm going to tell you. By this news I'm ashamed, and I don't want to just tell you, and ashamed for myself and for the city also. Why? Then she lifted her eyes and looked. Then Miss O'Shea lifted her eyes and looked at Nancy Lee, and Nancy Lee wore neat blue dress sitting there before her. And Miss O'Shea informed her and tell her that you are not going to receive the award this morning. Means you will not receive that award, that artist club award which she was going to receive. Outside, the electric bells rang loud and long. Miss O'Shea remained silent. After giving that news, the electric bell rings and it was too loud and long, but Miss O'Shea was silent. She was not saying to anything else to Nancy Lee because she felt ashamed. Then she said, when the committee learned that you were colored, they changed their plans. Nancy Lee said nothing. Committee means a group of people who make decision about something in particular. Miss O'Shea is saying that when committee come to know, learn means when committee come to know that you are colored, and after knowing that they have changed their plans, means they have changed that they will not going to give you that artist club award means your drawing is excellent, there's not any problem. Just because you are colored people, that's why committee don't want to give you that award. After listening this news, Nancy Lee said nothing, means she has nothing to say, that's why she was silent. Nancy Lee, I am very sorry to have to give you this message. And Miss O.C. is saying that, sorry Nancy Lee, that I am giving you this message and I really don't want to give this type of message. But my speech, Nancy Lee said, what was about the words stuck in her throat about America. After that, Nancy Lee is saying that she want to say that, but my speech was about America. Means she want to tell that America is not that city. Don't want to give that award, but she has prepared her speech about the America. She has praised America in her speech, and the words stuck in her throat. She was not able to complete her words. Miss Ose had risen and stood looking out of the window. I know, said Miss Ose, slowly facing the room again. Those who deny you this award do not know the meaning. Miss Ose risen and stood and looking out of the windows. They start looking out of the window, as you can see in this picture. I know, Miss Ose saying, I know that you have prepared very well. Miss, your speech was very speech. You have prepared that speech very well, and she again facing the room again. And those who deny means refuse to allow something to have someone to have something. That those who have deny means refuse to give you award this award don't know the meaning. They don't know the meaning. What they don't know, they don't know the meaning of the stars in our flag. Means they don't know the meaning of the stars in our flag. What is the stars in our flag meaning? The stars in the American flag, the stars are a symbol of goals. That stars showing are the symbols of goal, like justice and equality. Equality means we think that all people and all things are equal, that people have tried to achieve for a long time. Means the committee member who refuse to give the award don't know the meaning of the stars in our flag, but it's up to us to make them know. It's up to us to make them know means we need to get them to understand this, because otherwise no one else. But now Miss Ose is saying that now it's time that they should know. We need to get them to understand this. Now we should tell them and we should make them understand what its meaning. Now it's time. Now this is the correct time. As a teacher, I will go before the school board and ask them to remove the offer of any prizes or awards denied to any student because of race or color. And she told that as a teacher, I will go before the school and board and ask them to why you have removed and the prize and awards, why you have denied to give, why you have removed to give any student just because that of race or color, just because that she belonged to the colored people, that she was colored, just because this you will not give the award. I will say all this thing. Miss O's clear blue eyes looked into Miss O's clear blue eyes looked into those of the girl before her. The woman's eyes were full of strength and courage. Lift up your head, Nancy Lee, and smile at me, Miss O'Shea said. Miss O'Shea's clear blue eyes looked at that girl, Nancy Lee, and the woman's eyes were full of courage and strength. And she told to Nancy Lee, lift up your head, means look at me and smile, don't be sad. And now Miss O'Shea was full of strength, full of courage, because she want to tell all this thing to committee what they have done with Nancy Lee. Means it's not a good thing to don't give award just because of race and color. Nancy Lee lifted her head and smiled. The bell for assembly rang. She went through the long hall toward the auditorium. After listening that, Nancy Lee lifted her head and smiled, and she moved from there. The bell has rang for assembly, and she went through the long hall towards the auditorium. There will be other awards, Nancy Lee thought. There are schools in other cities. This won't keep me down. But when I am a woman, I'll fight to see that these things don't happen to other girls as this has happened to me. And men and women like Miss Ose will help me. When Nancy Lee was going from there, then she was thinking in her mind that there will be other award also, and there are other schools also in other cities. Means there are other school in other city, and there will be other awards also, and this won't keep me down. Keep me down means make me feel defeated. They will not make me feel defeated. But when I am a woman, now seeing that when I become a woman, now Nancy Lee was a girl, and she was thinking that when I become a girl, I'll fight to see, I will fight that, and I will definitely see that this thing will never happen to any other girls which had happened with me. I will definitely see that this thing will not happen to any other girl, and for this I will fight. If I have to fight, then I will fight, and I will not let this thing happen again with any other girls. And she was thinking that if this school has not given me award, then it's okay, there's other schools in other cities, and there's other awards, and they will not let me feel defeated. They will not do this type of things with me. But when I become a woman, then I will fight for these things, and I will not let this thing happen with any other girls, that the things that had happened with me. And men and women, the person like Miss Ose will help me. The men and women who are like Miss Ose, they will definitely help me to fight against all these things again, all these things, and I will not let this happen, let this thing happen again with any other girls, and I will not let them happen the partiality which they have done. And definitely the person, the people who are like Miss Ose will help me. Student, this story is adopted from One Friday Morning by Langston Hughes. I hope, student, the story you have understood. Thank you.